Hi, and welcome to Finextra at Sibos TV. And today I'm talking with Warren Gardiner of Clear2Pay, and we're going to be talking about integrated payments testing. So, IT testing, testing is part of any IT project. So, what is some of the cost and investment associated with testing payment hubs?
Well, testing of payments, there are some unique characteristics about the payments industry which doesn't necessarily exist in other industries. And the issue of complexity and compliance. So the first, from a compliance perspective, within this particular arena, for example, every year SWIFT are issuing new payment standards which require banks and financial institutions to comply to. There is no choice. Similarly, in the cards industry, there are twice-a-year changes to card messaging which requires banks to comply to that. This was kind of unique from an industry perspective. Complexity is another issue. Within payment hub deployments, there are multiple connectivity points to which banks have to connect. Some payment hub implementations that we're seeing today have upwards of 30 plus integration points into those particular payment hubs. So that complexity combined with compliance equals cost, to the extent where banks and financial institutions are spending sometimes 2 to 3 times the cost of the actual product or service or application they've bought in the testing area. And there's another issue associated with that. Most banks these days are driven by customer satisfaction surveys, and that CIO salaries and in fact the bonuses of the bank staff are often hinged to the satisfaction levels of their staff, of their customers. That means that payment systems can't fail, and the only way that you can ensure that payment systems can't fail is to actually test them properly, and that comes at a cost and the complexity.
Is there any way that this can be done differently?
There is. What typically happens, unfortunately, within banks today is that they take the disciplines and tools that are generic industry testing disciplines and tools and attempt to apply them to the payments industry, when in fact because of the two things I've outlined previously, the cost and compliance issues, they really should be taking more of a payments-centric driven testing approach and take a more end-to-end testing to make sure that you're testing with the compliance issues and dealing with the complexity of the payments hub.
So what about taking an integrated approach to testing? I mean, what's in it for the customer?
Well, it's the approach that Clear2Pay has taken with regards to that, because at the end of the day, what you're trying to do is make sure that the systems are up and comply and lower the cost. So for every single day that you spend less time testing is a cost saving to the CIO. So what we've taken is a payments testing approach for the payments industry by building a set of integrated payment testing tools that have SWIFT standards built in, test cases built in, card standards built in, so that it actually accelerates the testing process and compliance process. Instead of spending weeks and sometimes months building test data to test the systems, we have test tools which actually build all that into the product from the get-go. So by taking a whole integrated approach to the payments industry, where you supply the standards, the test cases, and all the rules inside the test platform itself, you can actually lower the cost of the whole deployment process for a financial institution.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.